So you're suffering with neck pain, it's not getting any better, you've had care in it, it's been going on for a while now and you're struggling to see if there's ever going to be an end to this. I understand it, I see people like you all of the time. So this is why I put together this quick video to show you the top 3 causes of neck pain that we see here every day that have nothing to do with your neck. Hey, I'm Trevor Cicutti, CEO of Spinewise, and if you're suffering with neck pain and you've tried everything and you're not getting any help anywhere and you just want some advice, just send me a message. I'm happy to help, or post up your favorite emoji below and I'll get you whatever help that I possibly can. Anyway, if you want to keep watching through this video, then what I want to go through today with you is what are the biggest common reasons that we see people suffer with neck pain that have actually nothing to do with your neck itself. Because it's a very interesting topic that most people aren't really aware of, that things away from your neck may actually be causing your neck pain. So I'm going to keep this one short, I'm going to get right to the point with you. So number 1 is your shoulder. It sounds really weird, I did a whole video on this last week. Check out my video, it's got a whole lot of information in there about the causes of this and things like that. But if the shoulder's not working very well, then what often happens is a small muscle in there called your levator scap that sits between the shoulder blade and your neck itself that controls neck movement and shoulder movement. And when that goes a little bit haywire, this can be a common cause of neck pain. And this is one of the common reasons that people wake up with that stiff neck in the morning when they've woken up and slept the wrong way overnight. Like those nights if you slept on a couch or something and your neck's woken up really sore, this is a common cause of that. The next thing is with these, the most causes of these things are pillow support, temporomandibular disorders or dysfunction, changes to the jaw is an often common cause of this as well, and contact injuries. So I'm not going to go through it because I did a whole video specifically on this topic last week. So check out my vid last week and that'll cover all this in a lot of detail. The second one is fatigue. Sounds really weird, but fatigue is a big cause of neck pain that we see all the time. So the neck is it's required to do a fair bit of work when you think about it. Like our head is not light and it spends a whole day holding it upright against gravity, stopping it from toppling over. So a lot of work on these poor muscles having to go through, so they need the endurance. And if they fatigue really quickly, the problem that we have with it then is that they start producing lactic acid, they start getting achy, and the net result is they start hurting. This is something that we commonly see with people who start getting neck pain more progressively as the day goes on. So common cause of this, we see a fat metabolism problem. So blood sugar irregularities, we see as a common cause of this. Inflammation, chronic inflammation I'm talking about, not injury inflammation. Inflammation doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. And this is also commonly associated with insulin changes and prostaglandin changes and things like this. Anaerobic capacity, in other words, what is your actual endurance? Are you fit enough to do your job that you're doing in an upright position? So this is our second one, and we've touched on this previously, and we'll go through this in a lot more detail a little bit further on when we start talking about blood sugars in more detail. Third thing that we're talking about here is lower spine problems. So it sounds a bit weird, but what happens at one end of your spine will generally, as we observe it here, generally will often end up in the other side as well. We are a kinematic chain where things get linked together. And most commonly we see this is with the sacroiliac dysfunction and with pelvic support issues. So most commonly when the pelvis tends to lock up, we see most common is that it tilts backwards, and as it tilts backwards we tend to get this hyperextension, which kind of allows us to we keep everything straight, look up at the sky. So the brain kind of turns the neck muscles off, drops the head forward in order to allow us to see straight again. The problem with doing that though is that we now lack in support with the neck, and this is a common reason that we see that people start developing neck pain in which the neck itself isn't involved. So there are my top 3 for you. Number 1, the shoulder. Number 2, fatigue. Number 3 is lower spine. And we can even go further and talk about foot issues that are associated with those lower spine problems, as well as common reasons why people start having issues with their neck that have nothing to do with their neck. Anyway guys, if you have any questions on all that, or you want to know more about any of these topics or any of these things, just send me a message. I'm always happy to help, or otherwise post up your favorite emoji and I'll get you whatever advice that I possibly can. Anyway guys, always great speaking with you. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch up with you next vid. See you guys. Bye for now.